Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. So before I get into the video, I did want to say please like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to join the Patreon, please join at www.patreon.com/but I'm not a trader before I raise all the prices and move over to my own website. With that being said, remember, yesterday I told you guys we were more than likely going to drop to trend or come up here to this 414. We actually ended up dropping to this 411, which I was more bearish on. You actually ended up recovering extremely fast. So you came down, you did not break trend, and you kept just slowly climbing up to the upside, right? Yesterday, at the end of the day, you actually dumped really hard, right? You dumped super hard to the low side, and then essentially recovered everything from 411 to 412 where we are right now. I am looking for a downturn right now. So what I'm expecting, I want to see how hard we actually drop, because what I want to do is I actually want to drop back down to here, right? That's what I want. Is that going to happen? I don't know, right? That's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen. So I do know that we're going to drop probably back to trend, but from trend, are we going to push up here, or is this trend actually going to break and are we going to go to the low side? Keep in mind, Target earnings actually just came in, and while they did fine, right, everything came in line, they did guide down for next quarter, right? And they only beat, shout out to Steve, who actually just let me know, because I actually have Target. I actually played Target. And I think about 160 puts expiring next week. So technically, my puts should still be in the money, right? And Target really hasn't moved much. But just looking at indicators, right? Looking at where we left off right now, I do think that Target's probably going to go down to like a 154 sometime today, and then probably keep dropping lower. Probably all this week till next week, because you actually did close a trigger on the daily yesterday. And usually what happens is, for the next couple of days, you do end up dropping. And my guess is that you're going to end up possibly, you end up dropping what from here, 163 to 159. So not that much, right? You might go down to the trend here, right? Like to trend by the end of the week, 154. And you might not start seeing some real big pushes down maybe till the week after. But I do think that by the end of the week, Target is probably going to come down at 153, maybe. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, their earnings came out. Their revenue came out like just came in as expected. But their guidance actually did come in lower for next quarter, which is what everybody was, that's what everybody really wanted to hear, right? So this is what I can expect for the SPX sometime today, right? Again, even if you run this down here, you are looking at a small trend, and that's what SPX keeps doing, right? It actually keeps making these trends like on small time, like on small. It's not what is it called? And these small time frames are not like, they're not. It's very different from what usually happens with the SPX, right? Usually with these small time frames, you don't end up making all of these, right? And this actually works out really well considering we are at, I'll put it like where the wick would be, like right there, I think. Or actually, where would this be? I want to put it here, but I think that's too high of a. I'd do that's fine. I think I'd do it there. That seems like a lot better trend. So this actually makes more sense. I mean, you actually would drop, this would make more sense for you to drop here, come back. Whoops. Why did that go like that? There we go. So this actually would make more sense, where you come back, drop, and then you do something like this again, right? Before you actually start going back down. Because again, you do have this trend here, from yesterday that started on May 6th. Yeah, from yesterday. It's a small 30-minute trend, right? So again, would not be surprised if you actually see something like that. And again, there's another minor trend here. And that's what I hate about SPX right now, is that what it's doing is kind of really stupid, where, let's get rid of all these things, where it's consistently making all this market structure, which I hate, instead of it's basically just trading sideways, right? It's just trading sideways. It's not doing anything. It's just trading sideways, which I hate. And again, keep in mind, I'm still very, very bearish, right? We close the weekly, right? Close the weekly on SPX, right? So I am expecting us to go back to like a 385 by like late May, early June. That's my target, right? But as long as it keeps, but really, you need to break this trend in order for us to do anything, right? That's really it. And I'm waiting to see how strong this 30-minute push actually takes us lower, because we actually did close, I think, somewhere in the range of like, we closed, I don't know if here, was it here? 1231. No, he actually closed here. So I think he actually closed here at 411. So I wouldn't be, so you have a gap like right here somewhere. You're going to have a gap here. I want to see how hard this 30-minute pushes us down. If this comes all back all the way up to, down, back to trend, then cool. But again, you started another uptrend here. So like I said, it's more likely, right, even if we do drop, for us to do something like this, especially with how like bullish SPY seems to be right now, something like that, or whether we drop down to like here, to this trend, to the new trend, and then come right back up here. So that seems very likely to me. The only bad part right now is that you are going to be closing an 8-hour bullish trigger. And again, you're still on trend. You haven't broken this trend, you know, back from May 4th. So technically what this is telling me is that, you know, this is going to close in an hour and 14 minutes. So again, this could still be really bullish, right? But this last trigger here, right? It's a lot of indecision on the 8-hour right now. A lot of indecision because you did close bullish on this 8-hour and you just completely rejected and came all the way back down. And again, it might do the same thing here, but you have to assume that every single trigger on the bull side that it's leaving, you know, is giving you an indicator of where, you know, where direction is, right? So the 8 hours, whether it's indecision, you know, we have to assume bullish short term, at least if it closes in the next hour and 14 minutes, which I don't want, right? I want this thing to tank massively. And I have no idea where all this money's coming from, right? It just all the lows just keep getting bought. We actually already hit on DXY, right? You hit that resistance that I had there set up at 103.06. I actually have a target of 103.271. But if that target hits, right, that basically means that we're going to the next level to the upside, which would probably be somewhere here in line at like 104. And again, keep in mind, I do think that if DXY goes up, the market goes down. That's just kind of how I've always been trading on this like market specifically. And again, we'll have another, actually there's another, that's your other resistance like right there actually. So yeah, like that's fine. So you do have more resistance. So you have resistance here, and then you have another one at 103.28. And then once that breaks, you're basically going all the way back up to 104.188. That seems what it's gonna happen, right? And I don't like really using resistance and support on DXY. I usually go more for just like direction and stuff, right? But yeah, it seems right now like this is gonna be your first level, or your second level is gonna be like here, I think. Yeah. So this would be your second level here, and then your next resistance point would actually be up here. That makes more sense. Yeah. So if that 103.4 level breaks, right? If you come up here, this is more of a fib alert that I have, but if it comes up here and it breaks this, very good chance that you just moon all the way up to 105.6, which is, I think, personally where we're headed, right? I think that's where we're headed. We already have the weekly pushing up extremely hard, and I think we are headed. I think the SPX and the NASDAQ are just lagging a whole bunch, and I think that we're going to see a lot of pain to the downside in the markets very soon. But again, that's basically the direction that I'm guessing is going to happen. You also have this range here, right? So very simple for today, right? And again, that's why you should short right now. If range right now is between like 4129 to 413, then I say short. I mean, even right here, I'd definitely take the short all the way back down to this low range of 410. So yeah, I'm definitely saying short right now. And then, you know, later on throughout the day, if anything changes, cool. But these are basically what I'm guessing are going to be as a direction today. So with that being said, it's just about seeing how hard this push down is and then going from there. Because you have a major trend here, and then you have another minor trend that just got created, you know, after hours. So we'll see what happens. But I think down, possibly push up, or all the way back down here and then push up. You know, I don't know if we're gonna, but if this one breaks, if this 411 breaks down here, you know, next level is 405, right? There's no support anywhere. So if we break this level, you know, I'm guessing we're going all the way back down to 405. The only reason I don't think we're doing that now is because you actually recovered this and you're back up above major trend, right? So if this breaks, right, if this major trend breaks and this minor trend breaks, next level, that's confirmation that you're actually breaking all trends and you're headed to 405. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.